In Ohio, a police officer named Joseph Brobus pulled over a vehicle on Interstate 75 in Hancock County after 11 p.m. for speeding. After getting pulled over, the man inside the vehicle named Robert Hawthorne was asked to get out as the officer claimed there was a strong scent of marijuana coming from the car. Hawthorne complied and stepped out the car, but once he was told that another unit was on the way to search his vehicle, a scuffle between Robert and the officer began. And during this scuffle, Robert managed to overpower the officer and take his gun from him and shoot the officer, who was pleading in distress with Robert after he realized his gun had been taken.
We're waiting on the other unit. Like I said, I had to have another unit out here before I go to search. So, yeah. Since you're standing outside, with this being a highway, I'm not going to get inside my car while you're standing out here. You know, it's not safe for you to stand out here. Get off me! Get off me! Get off me! Drop a taser! Drop a taser! Okay, go! Help me! Help me! Get on me!
The officer ended up surviving the gunshot wound, and Hawthorne was caught and arrested the next day and is currently awaiting trial for attempted murder. Washington, D.C. police officers responded to a domestic dispute between a man named Deandre Johnson and his girlfriend. Police arrived at the apartment. The man and his girlfriend are seen arguing with one another as Deandre claims that he's looking for his belongings. The officers stood between the two as they went back and forth, and as the argument got more heated, one of the officers attempted to put Deandre in handcuffs. But when he pulled himself away from the officer asking why he's getting put in handcuffs, one of the officers pulled his service weapon and shot Deandre twice in the back.
I'm looking for my money and my stuff. I don't know, I'm looking for my money and my stuff. Then you come back to the police.
That's looking at my house. That money
I'm looking for my money. I'm looking for my stuff. Oh, they're going to, you got the money. It's not broke. This right here. It ain't broke with money. I'm going to fix that. That's how you treat it. I'm going to do it. I'm looking for my money. I'm looking for my money. Because I'm looking for my stuff. You know that. I'm looking for my stuff. No, don't do that. I'm looking for my... Listen, listen. But don't do me like that. Why you give me the handcuffs on me? Wait, hold on.
Back up!
Back up now!
Apartment.
After receiving backlash from people claiming that there was no reason for Johnson to be shot in the back and killed, all of the officers on the call were placed on administrative leave, and this case is currently being investigated to see if the shooting was a justified use of force. In Washington state, a group of teenagers driving in a car spotted a homeless woman sitting on the ground in the back of an abandoned shopping center. After spotting the elderly woman, one of the girls decided to run up to the woman with a long wooden stick. She then beat the woman over the head with the stick before the other teens joined in and began to continuously kick the woman while laughing.
No!
There's no way it happens. Fuck.
The teens who posted the video on social media were arrested, and all 4 teens were charged with second-degree assault and are facing up to 36 months in a juvenile detention center. Tucson, Arizona, while officers were doing a routine inspection for illegal contraband on an Amtrak train, a passenger on the train named Darren Taylor began to open fire on officers. One officer and his dog approached the train to see where the noise was coming from, and this is when Taylor began shooting at him, causing the officer to retreat and find cover. One Drug Enforcement Administration officer named Michael Garbo ended up being shot and killed. And Taylor, who was on the run from the law at the time, allegedly thought police were there to arrest him, causing him to start shooting. And after a standoff, Taylor was shot in the abdomen and killed by police. In Brooklyn, New York, an unsuspecting woman was walking down the sidewalk when a man who had been following her for blocks decided to randomly launch an attack on her. The man held the woman to the ground as he continuously punched and choked her, and even attempted to strip her out of her clothes. But fortunately, after making enough noise, she managed to fend off the attacker, who is still on the loose and is currently being hunted by law enforcement.